And I...
Hello, Radio Meribel. Vous parlez anglais? I hope so, because the rest of this message is going to be in English.
Bonjour!
I'm sorry about my friends. For everybody at Chalet Martin, and especially the girls in the black plastic pinnies, we'd like you to play Bananarama's Venus shortly after 9 o'clock with the English ski reports. That'd be really nice. And thanks very much.
He said, come over to my house, and
It goes, I once knew Ted the farmer. He owned a mighty cock. Who terrorised his cattle and worried his flock. His wife, she didn't like it and was scared to take a nap, because she'd always wake to find Ted's cock just sitting on her lap. Now Ted was vegetarian, but his wife was carnivore. She got a load of spuds and such, but no bird was in her store. And with Christmas lunch looming, she suggested to her Ted, "Well, I think instead of turkey this year, I'll just eat your cock instead." With that, Ted's eyes had widened. He couldn't believe his ears, because no one had even been near his cock in all of 30 years. The last time was when a visiting lass to the wind through all her caution, when she tried to ride it round his field and died of sheer exhaustion. Now this got his wife into a strop, and she decided to send the butcher round to give Ted's cock the chop. He then knew he could no longer stay upon his land, so he packed up his suitcase and left with cock in hand. The first night he had to spend in Mistress Sucker's barn, but little did he realise she ran such an organised farm. For early the next morning, as she did her farmyard round, she was drawn towards the hayrick by a grumbling, snoring sound. She looked in much more closely, and then let out a roar, because though Ted lay there fast asleep, his cock poked through the straw. Now Ted and she, they fell in love, and decided to get wed. "With a cock like that," she gasped, "you could surely wake the dead." But on the wedding night they ran into some trouble. Ted's cock ran riot in the room and reduced it to a rubble. The hotel manager rushed upstairs, eager to inspect, and found the couple in a heap, but Ted's cock still stood erect. Now the moral of this story to all who would draw near is though size is not important, a large cock should give you fear. But here's a piece of simple advice to allay your imminent dread. To avoid an unpredictable cock, just don't rub it on its head.
don't you just love Roger? Isn't he great in French?
Always been a big Roger fan. Ce jour-là, le vent soufflait très très fort.
I have a big cake.
Why don't you eat it?
Monsieur Courageux sortit quand même de chez lui.
He said, come over to your house and my house.
Quel courage, n'est-ce pas?
Ah!
Je vais faire une petite promenade bien tranquille, se dit-il.
We'll have a nice little walk, and I'll tell you everything.
Il se trompait.
And I'll show you my big trunk.
Lui qui redoutait l'eau froide, il dut sauter dans l'étang.
I said it's too cold.
Pour sauver Monsieur Sal qui était tombé dedans.
It'll fall down.
Mr. Happy dived right in.
Figure-toi qu'elle passait par le grand Monsieur Courageux se lamentait.
Have you ever seen Ted Rogers do the 3-2-1?
Et elle avait tout entendu.
Yes, he said.
Ils ne verront pas tout, mais presque. Alors cette chipie de Madame Chipie leur dit: savez-vous que Monsieur Courageux est un grand peureux?
I've been to that Mr. Chippy, I asked for a cod and chips and he only gave me chips. I wouldn't go there again.
Non, si, et je vais vous le prouver.
No, I found he did give me cod.
Monsieur Courageux ajouta à Madame Chipie: je vous mets au défi de remonter sur cette corde.
Mr. Courageous decided to dive straight into the fat fryer and deliver the cod to her.
Monsieur Courageux regarda la corde.
He looked at the cod.
Puis il regarda ses pieds.
Here is your cod. It's beautiful.
Puis il se dit:
C'est le moment ou jamais de prendre mon courage à deux mains.
This is the moment where my courage has given you fish and chips.
Pour fuir.
To enjoy.
Bravo, bravo, quel courage.
Well done, what courage!
Madame Chippy ne comprenait plus rien à rien.
But the woman at the counter didn't understand his money.
Vous perdez la tête.
You've given me foreign notes.
Monsieur Courageux n'a pas osé remonter sur la corde.
He said, I'm sorry, I've just come here for the cod.
Pourquoi l'applaudissez-vous?
Why is that?
Il n'est pas du tout courageux.
Because I didn't think you had any courage.
Oui. Oh, si, répliquèrent les messieurs et les dames.
Oh, it's alright, I'll do women or men.
Il est très très courageux.
Any age will do.
mais il n'est pas idiot.
I'm not an idiot.
Traduisé par Jean et Nick.
And they all lived happily ever after.
I'm sure it didn't sound like that when I was a kid.
The Chalet Girls. We were greeted at Chalet Martins by a delightful duo of girls. One blonde, one brunette, but both without curls. At least we haven't seen any evidence. Claire also would pop in from time to time, trying to sell us stuff.
Hey, don't be shy.
But all we could think of were all three in their PVC aprons, but otherwise totally in the buff.
You're with us tonight on Limerick Night in Meribel at Chalet Martin, which has come up a few times in some of the attempted limericks tonight. But stay with us, we've got more on the way after this track.
Always like things nice and clean. The Chalet Girls provided, but never divided.
Especially when they came out from the bling.
The boys from Chalet Martin always like things nice and clean.
Now, the boys from Chalet Martin instantly started to dream. It became a fantasy of the Chalet Girls in PVC.
But all we could get
And
was
nothing
their
else
pennies.
in between.
The boys from Chalet Martin always like things nice and clean. Of things in the buff, he could never get enough.
And the thought of that ruptured their spleen. How about Bennett tried to phone Radio Meribel?
But ended up talking to hell.
It was an answering phone which gave him the bone. And
And now, here's Johnny in a turquoise mood.
I'm feeling quite turquoise actually.
Nice.
The girls wanted Johnny to shave.
But I said just Johnny will behave. You know it feels
with a
itchy.
nice PVC.
he said, I'll give you a tip if you get rid of that strip. We only ever get to the fourth line.
Oh, Bennett.
We tried to
Which
come...
one of you lot are selling your room? You lot, fucking unbelievable. So whose number just texted me and said about my tassels? Come on.
The boys from Chalet Martin always like things nice and clean.
Did you all read the one that someone sent me earlier then?
But when there was Claire with all of that hair.
Actually.
She said, no, it's just a Brazilian.
It's true, it's true. Stop it.
Brazilians do get in Meribel.
If a kiss was a raindrop, I'd send you a shower. If a hug was a second, I'd send you hours. If smiles were water, I'd send you a sea. If
Who had the time to write
I'd
that?
send you me.
I think you're in the wrong chalet.
My boyfriend wasn't most impressed.
Oh, Lee.
No, he's at the pub going, why are you going to see me?
Johnny's actually going to shave a Brazilian.
Is it?
Pass me another Randy, that I may have a cigarette.
That's you what?
That I may
That's not
have
the Queen's
cigarette.
English.
And so where has the word "so" come from?
It's so
That so many people
it's so-
use it.
it's so
Because
strange.
normally people would say, pass me a lighter, so that I can light my cigarette.
But I might light my cigarette. It's the subjunctive.
Well, I'm sorry, we've run out of time tonight, dears. Next week we'll be doing the subjunctive. And for tonight, that's all. Join us next week on English Sucks.